Yeah, we are here, baby. It's DJ Sus One, the feature presentation. This is the tour guide. But Torae, let me take over for the live in-studio event. All right, the feature presentation, DJ whatever's on the mix. And our special live in-studio guest is here. Keep the applause going. Staple in hip-hop. He represents Houston, Texas. He represents the light-skinned community. All right, he might have smashed your chick if she's from Texas.
Probably.
Probably.
There's a good chance, man. You already know who that is. It's your boy Slim Thugger, motherfuckers.
Yeah, damn. That's how you do it?
I wasn't supposed to cuss on here.
You're not. You got curse. You can fuck curse. It's
All right, cool.
Nation.
It's cool. All right, I'm just making sure. Yeah, that's who it is.
What's good, my brother? The new project's out.
American King. It's gonna be out this Friday, man.
And this is the fourth installment of the whole series, right?
The Hog Life series, yes, sir, man. You know, I was supposed to drop all 4 last year, but the distributors was like, man, you doing way too much too fast. You cutting yourself short, man. Give it a little time. We ain't selling as much as we supposed to because you putting them out too fast. We can't set it up that fast.
Who said that? Empire?
Empire, right.
So if they're saying that to you, what do they feel like about a guy like Future who drops 19 albums per month?
Well, shit, he ain't a lot of those. He just giving those, like he be giving them shits away, but you know. Yeah, he do work a lot though, man. Big shout out to Future, man. He keeps some shit going.
How do you feel about the new generation of hip hop where everybody's putting out content so quickly compared to when you came out? Like you started in around 98,
right?
Something like that. And you know, everything was more strategic then.
It was on the world I came from was like that, you know, so I do like what's going on right now. Like, we was doing underground music, and we used to drop mixtapes once a month, you know what I'm saying? So we did a lot of shit like that, a lot of work like that, too. And it's kind of got to that on a worldwide level, though. It used to be real albums, you know, the setup was you'll wait 2-3 years for an album, you know. And I always felt like that was too long, you know what I'm saying?
Even back then you felt like it was too long?
Even back then I was like, man, that shit is too long, man. It takes too, because, you know, people attention span is short. You know, 3-4 months, you be on to the next shit.
Now, you've been independent for a long time.
Yes.
I mean, you've had deals with big companies like Interscope and all that, but been independent for a long time. But now it seems like independent is the popular thing to do.
Right. Everybody coming where I'm at and getting in my money in my bag.
Yeah. So how do you feel about that?
I'm not mad at all. You know, I think people should have been doing it, you know, and then I think it's more opportunity and it's more it's one of the smartest ways to move right now with all the Apple Music, and you know, you really don't need a major label, man, and you could be your own boss and own your own masters and eat. You know, I get paid every month. You know, I don't wait on a royalty check. You know, I get a check every month. You know what I'm saying? And if you independent, you can live like that, and I don't think you need no major label no more.
Do not even for the radio promo and the radio push?
Yeah, definitely. If you want to be that guy, then you definitely gonna need a major label. But you know, I'm not really into that. You know, I'm an underground artist. I try to keep it underground for the most part, and I spend the least and try to make the most. On the album, I probably spent to make American King. I'm probably at what, 12,000.
Really? That's it?
That's it.
Wow.
On everything, paying for beats and everything.
Now, I don't know if I'm getting too personal with you, so just tell me if I'm taking it too far.
All right.
But around what number does that type of figure, 12,000 on a normal Slim Thug project, could turn into? Like what kind of figure?
It could turn into whatever. It depends on if I have a single that's popping, or if, you know, I come out here and do all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that can turn into whatever it want to be. You know, definitely a couple 100,000. You know, so that's good for me, independent. You know what I'm saying? So.
And that's not including the show money and all that?
Nah, that's just, I'm talking about off of sales, you know, and what I get on a monthly basis.
That's an incredible flip. Please put on my schedule to start rapping immediately.
I mean, I try to spend the least and make the most, man. That's my formula. I don't never spend a lot of money on a lot of, you know, I don't go fuck with the major producers who popping at the time, who charging 20, 30. I don't fuck with them. I fuck with the local up-and-coming guys and who just looking for a shot but dope, you know what I'm saying?
Now, speaking of spending the least and making the most, because, you know, I saw an interview with you. You do the hip-hop, obviously. You make a lot of money in music, but you do construction as well.
Right.
And the reason I want to talk to you about this because that's an interest of mine.
Right.
And to make money in that game, you know, just educating the people on hip-hop and ways you could make money other ways, you got to buy low as you can, correct?
Right. You definitely, and when you flipping and you doing it like that, you definitely need to. But at the same time, I don't do a lot of that. You know, what we do is we building affordable homes in the community. That's what we doing. So we building from the ground up, you know, and that shit is expensive. Like, I be whining like a motherfucker because we be out of, you know, a bankroll because we trying to do communities. It ain't just one house at a time. We got like eight to 10 houses on one block, so it'll look like a brand new community. You know what I'm saying?
Boss Life Construction.
Boss Life Construction. JG Hollins is who we teamed up with. This is like our OG, right? Who I bought probably my first car from. You know what I'm saying? He always been on game, had the rim shops and shit. You know, early. You know, always was on this business shit. And we just kind of wanted to team with him because we know he ain't never did nothing wrong. He always bought a book and do real shit. So we teamed up with him. He giving us the game and the blueprint on the shit. And it's working out for both of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you've had money, that type of money, for a long time. Because you mentioned you had like $80,000 in high school.
That's more off mixtapes. A lot of people think I make a lot of money from doing other shit, and that's how I get what I got. But most of my money comes from music, to keep it 1,000, which, you know. And back in the day, the chopped and screw shit was just so.
Rest in peace, DJ Screw.
Yeah, R.I.P. DJ Screw, man. That world was just so. It was so profitable back then because you had CDs, tapes, and mom and pop stores were everywhere, like on every fucking block. So you would go to each store and sell maybe 100 CDs and tapes to each store. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, I missed
just
that era.
Picking up checks from each and everybody. You know, it just added up like a motherfucker.
So in high school, you had the music popping.
The music was popping. That's how I got paid. No real estate, nothing else but chopped and screwed mixtapes. No albums out. Just chopped and screwed mixtape. My first real album was when I got a deal with Pharrell. You know, that was my first solo album. Now, I did an album independent with ESG. I did an album independent with Lil Kiki before I had a deal, but it was mainly off of mixtapes. And through mixtapes, we had our freestyles. Like, I Represent This, Underground Hogging. I had one called A Boss. And those motherfuckers would probably make just as much as an album would make, you know, on a regular motherfucker, you know, who doing an independent album and putting it out. It was just so popular, man. That world was just so big.
Now, if you're just tuning in, Slim Thug is in the building, live in studio. It's DJ Sus on the feature presentation. Now, coming from the 90s.
Right.
And I think you really started making a movie out here, like at least to the masses in the early 2000s.
In 2004, when I got the Still Tipping shit popping. You know?
So I think it's safe to say that you come from the real, like spitters generation.
Right.
So I'm curious to know how Slim Thug, the boss from Texas, feels about the new generation of hip hop, the way it's moving.
It's different. I don't never want to be the old dude hating, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm always trying to find something I like, you know what I'm saying? And it's certain new dudes who are, you know, different, very different than where we come from. But I do like some of the shit, like, so I'm not gonna hate, you know, but it's like young guys. But definitely I like the Futures, the Drakes, you know, a lot of the dudes who doing their thing, you know what I'm saying? But I try to, you know, find, you know, I don't want to get lost and be like, this new shit is bullshit, you know what I'm saying, and be a hater. So,
well, I'm not even really, you know, the music, of course, but a lot of the new young kids, this is just my opinion, they don't know the music from the 90s. Like, I've heard people say I didn't really listen to some of the OGs and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And when I was coming up, I knew my parents' music. I knew the music of my generation, and I knew what was, you know, the new talent that was coming up. So how do you feel about?
That's true. That's true. I do hear motherfuckers who never heard Riding Dirty and, you know, some of the classics, the Jay-Z earlier, you know, Reasonable Doubts and shit, like, you know, or the Pacs, you know what I'm saying, and Biggie's. Yeah, it is a lot of young guys that ain't familiar with that.
So how do you think we can fix that for the new generation? Because I think it's our responsibility in hip hop. Yeah, it's our responsibility in hip hop to, you know, keep the culture alive. You know what I'm saying? And make sure we know where we came from.
I don't know, man. That's a good question, though, man. That's a good question. A great question. Maybe we need to put that shit as a course in school.
So let's hold off on that right now. Let's play some Slim Thug music real quick. It's DJ Sus One. Torae stepped out for a second, live in studio. Like I said, Slim Thug is in the building. Whatever. Can we play some shit, please? Yo, it's DJ Sus One. I am here. Salute to my brother Torae. He stepped out to let me take over for this live in studio event. DJ Whatever's on the DJ set. My brother Slim Thug is in the building. Houston, Texas is the building.
Shout out DJ Whatever, man. He got stuff I ain't think they had, and we ain't sent it to him. So he on his game.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Are you going to tell him now or later?
What?
That you're using my laptop.
Nah, stop it.
That's what's up.
Slim Thug, I got to say congrats on the weight loss, my brother.
Appreciate that, man.
And the reason that hits me more than anybody else is because I lost 70 pounds.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
You lost 50?
Better gang. I lost about 40 pounds probably. Yeah, you know.
So I need to know your diet and how you did it.
Well, man, really, I just got real this month. I did a 30-day fast, which ends this Friday, where I stopped smoking, I stopped drinking, and I just ate nothing but meal preps for the whole month. But my normal routine is, I work out 5 days a week with my boy Milton Harris, Hustle Fit in Houston. And what we do is we hit the gym, and then I probably run 3 miles every other day now. I used to run it every day. Now I run it every other day.
3 miles every other day?
And it's in Texas, so it's damn near probably 100 every day.
My brother, I just walked into the other studio. I'm out of breath.
Yeah, man. It's just routine, man. I've been doing it for a minute, but for the longest, I wasn't changing my diet. I've been working out, but I wasn't changing my diet, so I wasn't really seeing no results because I, work out then, eat fried lobster and, French toast and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Which is funny because you got to match your name. Like Fat Joe is Fat Joe for a reason. You're Slim Thug, so
yeah, man.
You can never be overweight out here.
But I wasn't Slim Thug for years, man. I'm finally about to, fit in my name.
You were obese Thug.
I was big. I was Fat Thug, Fat Slim.
So talk to me about the project real quick. What should people expect of this fourth installment? What's different from the rest of the projects?
On this one here, I wanted to make some grown man music, man. Basically some music that motivated people, some music that was kind of more personal than what I usually would do. I got songs in there talking to my sons and talking about my brother who passed and about what's going on with police brutality and stuff like that. I usually don't touch on stuff like that.
Stop right there because I wanted to ask you about that because everything that's going on with the police brutality and the Black Lives Matters. Like I don't know if you saw this, but Meek Mill had mentioned that after this next project he's going to put out, he's going to stop rapping about violence.
Yeah,
because everything that's going on.
I didn't see that, but yeah.
And I feel like that's very hard to do because people rap about their experiences of what happened in their life.
Exactly.
So do you think that you could do that? Or?
I, on this album, that's exactly what I'm doing on this album. And I'm not promoting it. I'm not really promoting it. I'm from the streets and around number street dudes, but I'm seeing the effects of the streets, and I don't want to glamorize that no more. I want to tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? I got partners doing 10 years in the feds, and I always say, man, well, shit, you can't pay me nothing to do 10 years in the, nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It ain't never worth it. So regardless of how they was living out here and balling or whatever it was or whatever they was making, at the end of the day, when you got to face the consequence of being away from home and being in the jail cell for 10 years, and my homeboy just stepped out the room to talk to him on the phone, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it shows you got to get off the dumb shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Because at any given moment, you can face that consequence and be away from your family, and it ain't never worth it when it's like that.
What's your opinion on police brutality and the way the system handles it?
I don't like it, I don't like it. I feel like it's a lot of people abusing their power, you know what I'm saying? And what I don't like most about it is I don't like how, not only the person who doing it ain't taking responsibility. I don't like how black cops or other cops around them ain't standing up and saying that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? It's people saying that ain't right instead of police saying, that's not us. We ain't that type of policeman. You know what I'm saying? It's some good cops out here who really just trying to, do our job. So it's a lot I don't like about it. But
it's like that no snitch factor. Like the streets got that rule.
It kind of feel like that. Exactly. It kind of feel like the police are more on that than the streets are nowadays because everybody in the street snitching nowadays, you know what I'm saying? So it is just like that. I don't like how people just turn their head and stay silent about it, you know what I'm saying?
Do you have an opinion of what a possible solution could be?
We actually
slow it down.
We actually sat down with the Houston mayor, me and a lot of more rappers out of the city.
Applaud that, please.
Yeah. We sat down with the Houston mayor, and what happened was it ain't really a lot of that going on in Houston. It may have been one case, and the mayor assured us, that he had a gun or whatever. I haven't seen the full video. He said he was going to release the full video, but I was telling them maybe a good thing to do for that is send police who from that community back to their community where they may be familiar with the people around there and to know just because this dude look crazy, I know he's harmless. He just looked crazy or whatever, and I know his grandmother, his auntie, and they'll be more familiar with the area and not scared. Like you send a paranoid policeman who never been to the hood, they quick to reach for their gun. You can see it when they walking up to the car. If you just a big black man to a white man who ain't around that atmosphere, he gonna be already unbuttoning his gun and paranoid. Don't send them to the hood. Send them on the highways where they feel safer or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Send the people, black cops to the hood who used to dealing with, it
also bothers me. It also bothers me when they're so quick to kill instead of like shooting people in their leg and all that. They
Right.
also so quick to kill.
Right.
But let's play some more music real quick. Let's play some more Slim Thug music. The new album in stores right now. If you want to talk to Slim Thug, 877-60 Hip Hop. This is DJ Sus One, the feature presentation live in studio series. It's Hip Hop Nation. Let's do it. Yo, we are here in the building, all right? It's DJ Sus One, the feature presentation, the tour guide, live in studio. DJ Whatever's on the set.
Yes, sir. American King.
Yeah, Slim Thug is in the building. Salute to Houston, Texas.
We in here, man. H-Town, stand up. What it do?
Nice. And salute to the whole country and the whole world tuned in right now, all right?
Right, man. Shout out to the whole world supporting that American King this Friday, man. I appreciate that. Y'all know I'm independent, doing it one deep, so I need that help.
Talk your shit right now. Talk your album shit real quick.
Man, that American King, man, if you want to know, if you want to see how the grind came about, if you a hustler, you want to see somebody go from the bottom to being American King, and then you about living that American King life. Fuck that if you don't live in America, because we worldwide, right? If you a king, live that, man. You know, this American King is your guide. This album is your guide to living that lifestyle, man, and having self-value, man, and being a boss.
Now, talking about being a boss and being a king, right now I have Slim Thug's phone in my hand, handing it back to him because I put my number in his phone because I said, when I go to Houston, can I have at least 3 to 5 chicks ready on deck? And he said, what's your number? Put it in my phone.
Got you, bro.
Boss.
As soon as you touch down, bro, I got you. That's easy.
In the
right
airport
there.
like that?
That's easy, man. I got you, man. As soon as you touch down, we can put something together at the crib, a whole get-together, and have about 30 of them show up.
Yo,
in no
Sus, I'll
time.
be on that trip, too.
Whatever. We're speaking to Slim Thug right now, please.
I got you.
I hate real quick. Yo, so listen, I can't let you go without asking about what's going on in today's politics. I don't know if you pay attention to politics at all, but I want to know how you feel about Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump and that whole battle right now.
Honestly, man, to keep it 1,000, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like it's kind of picking poison, but for the most part, I'm ready to vote for Hillary. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say, is Donald Trump the worst the worst poison?
Definitely, Donald Trump is definitely the worst person who we could vote for. I think, in my personal opinion. But I just don't want to see no reality star as our president. I don't think the other country's gonna take us serious. You know what I'm saying? And I think whatever problems Hillary do have, we can fix. And work on, and we can look at Bill as when he was around, we was doing pretty good. So
I had a question for people. 2 questions. First of all, Donald Trump that we knew before he was in politics. He was hanging around a lot of rappers and was cool a lot of people. And now he seems kind of like racist and different things. Do you think this is the real Donald Trump, or do you think that was the real Donald Trump? Do you think he's acting now?
I think the real Donald Trump is showing his face every day, saying dumb shit every time we hear him speak, and exposing himself every time. He say something. You know what I'm saying? And I think his true colors is coming out, man. And he's sounding crazy out here.
All right, so listen, we're running out of time because I could talk to you all day. Let's talk some more album shit, and we're going to play one more joint off the album to go out. Where's the album going to be? Where's it at right now? Where can I get it? What's your social media?
If you want to get the deluxe physical copy, because we did make a physical copy with all the albums, with all the DVDs that break down the whole thing, hit up bosslifeworld.com. Follow me on Instagram, HogLife101, HOGGLIFE 101, if you want the details of what we got going on. It's definitely going to be, on all the Apple Musics and all that there, too.
All right, applaud Slim Thug for coming through to the live in studio.
Appreciate y'all having me, man. Appreciate it.
Hip Hop Nation, Sirius XM. We got to do another interview real soon, my brother.
I'm ready.
Yo, let's play some Slim, all right?
You're a genius.
You can ask the streets, they gon' say I keep it 1.